Good. All right, everyone. There we go. Now we got the live thing going. So we are once again talking about real estate investing 101 class. Nothing fancy, nothing special, but some good information to build upon. If you've never invested in real estate before, it'll be something good for you. If you're looking to invest in real estate, might be some pointers that you might need to start doing. Maybe you'll learn something out from here. But following, because next week we're going to keep going and delve into real estate a little bit farther. We'll talk about some more things detailed in real estate. So, once again, welcome everyone. If you would say what your real estate investment experience is in the comments, that'd be great. And any questions you have throughout the time, please let me know. I'm live on Instagram, live on YouTube, and we're going to get started. So let me first off say what real estate investing is not. Because when I talk to some people about real estate investing, they'll say, "Oh, are you a broker?" It's like, no. You don't have to be a real estate broker or a real estate agent to invest in real estate. All you have to do is be able to purchase the property legally and just own the property. That's it. So real estate investing is not about uh, being a real estate agent. Now, if you have your agent's license, it's great. Not putting down real estate agents at all. One thing I didn't care for because I looked into being a real estate agent is there's a lot of different rules you have to follow. It's not that I don't like to follow rules. It's just that sometimes they hinder you as an investor. So there's things that the person who's purchasing a house or selling the house needs to find out on their own. You disclose all these different things that could really mess up a deal. And not saying you're selling the people a lemon, but at the same time, sometimes you got to get rid of some stuff, and they need to do their own due diligence. Okay, so real estate investing is not being a real estate agent. You can be a real estate agent or broker, but it's not necessary. So real estate investing is purchasing single family, multifamily, commercial property for the purpose of making money, not just to live in. It is for making money, making additional income. So that is the definition, my definition. I have a lot of my own definitions of real estate investing. So that is what real estate investing is, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, does it take a lot of money to do real estate investing? Well, it depends. It depends. The main thing it depends on is this. Depends on your knowledge. If you have the knowledge to purchase real estate without coming up with a lot of money or any money at all, then you'll be able to do it. If you don't, then you will have to come up with some money to purchase real estate. People think of when they're purchasing a house or doing real estate as conventional, which is going to the bank, getting your credit checked, having a 10% down payment, getting the place appraised and purchasing it. Okay. That's if you're buying a house. And you can actually buy a house in the same way you're going to do investing. But investing, you do a little bit more. You can do a little bit different. There's terms that you'll have to learn, like hard money lending. Okay. Other people's money. These are terms that I've learned over the years from reading books, taking courses, and attending classes. Okay. So, real estate investing is not your conventional going to purchase your family home. No, it's not the same thing. Okay. So, one of the things I'd always suggest for anybody just starting trying to get involved in real estate investing, search to find your local real estate investment club. Usually there's going to be a group of people who get together once a month, maybe once a quarter, and they talk about real estate investing. They talk about the laws that's changing. They talk about the things that's happening. They talk about courses that are provided. They give you a lot of information. The main thing you get from that is actually being able to network. You want to be able to network with people who are trying to do the same thing you're doing, because once again, you might need those people to either purchase a property from or to sell a property that you have. So uh, go and attend one of these real estate investment groups, and it'll help you out a lot. Okay. So why should you invest in real estate? Looking at my notes right here. So why should you invest in real estate? Well, if you go look up the statistics, I don't have the exact number. Money is made and then money is put aside. Okay. Where do people put their money? Where do people invest the money that they've made? Some people do the stock market. Some people just put it in a savings account. People put it in a CD, a certificate of deposit. But a vast majority of people put their money that they've made invested into real estate and hold their money in real estate, because it does fluctuate, goes up and down. But one thing you can always say, you might not ever need a stock, but your people are going to need a place to stay always. And some of the businesses that people have told me to invest in all the time is, if you can find out a way to give people food, clothing, and shelter. Those are the three top industries that will always be around. So if you can invest in those areas and place your money there to hold, those are the better places to be involved in. Okay. Another reason to invest in real estate is that you can depreciate the value of the home for tax purposes, and real estate appreciates. Okay, the value can go up. So the value of your home or the real estate investments you're dealing with can go up, while you can write off more stuff on the taxes. So you pay less taxes, have a better value. Okay. Once again, another reason, real estate is one of the only vehicles of investment. That's another spooky term, an investment vehicle that allows you to leverage your money. So for a $10,000 investment, you can leverage, purchase, and control a $100,000 asset. That gives you $10,000 in equity right off the bat. But even better than that, let's say, just using round numbers, it's a $100,000 piece of property that you can purchase for $60,000. And let's just use the same scenario. You put $10,000 down. So now you have $50,000 in equity. Okay. A lot of people use that number as your net worth. Okay. Net worth, I don't really deal with that too much, because until the money is in your hand, it ain't worth nothing. Okay. It ain't worth nothing until it's in your hand. So your net worth is not a good factor of your financial stability. Is how fast your money returns. So if I put $10,000 down on a property that I can buy for $60,000, that's worth $100,000, and I can refinance that and get $40,000 back, what has just happened? Got my $10,000 back, plus, that's it, 40,000, 30,000 more dollars that I can use to purchase another investment. You can't do that in other things. You got to look at real estate investing for what it is. It is wonderful, wonderful. Now, it has its disadvantages, because, once again, if this is not correct, you can get in the wrong deal, get caught up in foreclosure, or different things that could happen, lose a lot of money. A lot of bad things can happen in real estate. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people stay away from it, because of the amount of money involved. People are so scared of putting their money into real estate and investing in real estate because of the numbers. When you see a 10,000, 100,000, 200,000, 400,000. Talking to people who only make, less than $100,000 a year. Man, it is crazy scary sometimes. That's why you have to replace fear with knowledge. Now, when I invest in real estate, it's not that I'm not scared, because there's a lot of things that can happen. I'm not fearful, but I do homework. I've done my due diligence, and I make an investment not based on fear or feelings. I make investments based off of facts, based off of numbers, based off of calculations. And when you do that, then you will do the right thing, and it will lessen your fear. It will decrease the amount that you're worried about every night, thinking about whether this investment will be good or whether foreclose, or don't want to deal with um, renters. That's another thing that keeps people from purchasing real estate. Oh, I don't want to deal with the renters. They're such a pain in the butt, and they calling, and the toilets need fixing, and all type of stuff. Well, yeah, yours does too. Did you ever think of that? When you break your toilet, you drop some logs up in there, you got to go to the handy store too. You got to go to Lowe's or wherever and go get that stuff fixed. Same thing with someone who's renting your house. So there's two types of renters. I'm going to talk about this right here, and we'll get into a little bit more. There's a renter. There's a renter. I say a renter. One that, just barely getting over, I'm not classifying people, but at the same time, they're trying to come up, okay? They're not there yet. They're coming up. So a renter will be in usually your middle to low income housing. Okay, so if you have a house that fits that description, a Section 8 type house, or just barely Section 8, maybe it's a Section 7, okay? But those are the renters. Then you have those actual families that are renters, okay? Those are your regular, hardworking, 9-to-5 people with a family who just don't feel like purchasing a home. They just want to rent. Those people will be a lot more stable. So the property that you have will determine the people that you got to work with. If you buy crap, you deal with shit. If you buy good stuff, you deal with happy, hard-working people. Now, don't get me wrong. Those folk that's happy, hard-working can be some devils in disguise. I know I've had to put a couple of them out. But the property that you have will determine the people that you have to deal with. So you have to determine yourself whether you want to be a slumlord or you just want to be a landlord. Okay? You can do both. Okay? So finally, the meat of the program here. The meat. The 3 levels of investors based on my terms. I'm working on a book and a course right now, so you'll be able to read it later on. But I define that there's 3 levels of investors, and you don't have to be all of them. You don't have to be all of them, but you definitely need to know all of them. You definitely need to be able to get in touch with all of them. And each level has its own income. Each level have its own requirements, and each level have its own customers. Okay, so each one of those 3 have their own skill sets that you have to learn and you have to master. And this is not just a one-day thing. I had some people call me the other day. This guy, friend of the family, called and said, "Hey, John, I'm interested in starting messing with some real estate and buying some real estate." And I said, okay, well, I started throwing some terms out, hey, where are you looking at? Where's your farm? Where are you farming at? What type of property you're looking at? What type of income spreads you have? And he don't know any of this. And so I started asking him, well, what exactly do you know? And he said, oh, man, I don't really know nothing right now, but, I'm ready to jump into this. I'm ready. No. You can jump in a pool. You can jump in the lake. You can even jump in the bed. Don't jump in the real estate investing. This ain't no bullshit because there's stuff out there that can break you forever. I'm talking about if you lose or get foreclosed on in some spots, your stuff is messed up forever. I'm talking about ever. And you know it's bad when you leave a foe out that mug. So you don't just jump into real estate investing. You need to learn. The best way is to have a mentor, have a coach, have somebody who's already doing it or have done it that can walk you through, that you can call with questions, that you can run something by before you get your ass stuck in something you cannot get out of. Okay? This is not something to play around with. It took me years, years, years of studying, reading, taking courses, practicing calls. I don't know if I have it anymore, the old Carlton Sheets real estate investing course. I don't know how many of you are old enough to know who Carlton Sheets was, but I had that. Books, contracts, all that shit. That was one of the first real estate investment courses that it came out ever. Okay? So you need to do your due diligence. And I suggest taking these steps one by one. Next week, we're going to talk about the first one in depth. I'm going to give you tips, tricks, secrets, hints, whatever you want to call it, but we're going to go deep into it. So what is the number one level of a real estate investor? Bird dog. Okay? You have to be able to bird dog first. And the job is just like it sounds. If you ever saw a bird dog, when a bird dog sees a bird, it goes and it freezes. It don't move so the hunter knows where the bird's going to pop up from. And it don't move. So what is the job of a bird dog? Simply put, to go out and find properties that investors would want to purchase. Very simple. You go out, not necessarily leaving your house, but you're going to have to. But your job is to locate, find, get the information on, and relay properties that other investors would want to purchase. Real estate bird dogs usually compile lists of properties, okay, that fit certain people's parameters or their own parameters. And they sell those lists. You can sell a real estate investment list from anywhere from $20 to $500. Just depends on how you work and how long you've been working with the people who you're dealing with. If nobody knows you, nobody's going to pay for it. You have to put in some effort first, you know. But once you've been known to be a good dog and you're finding some good deals, those people will be ready to pay for your list. And where would you sell it? At those real estate investment clubs, talking to those other real estate investors, just like I told you at first. Okay. So what are the requirements for a bird dog? Well, it doesn't take that much money. Doesn't take a whole lot of coordinating, putting stuff together. You just need to know how to find a good deal. Okay, I'm talking about a good deal. You can't just walk around the place and find houses for sale and write them on a piece of paper and then walk to a real estate investor and say, hey, here's a potential property for you to buy. No, it takes a little bit more than that. Okay, it takes a little bit more than that. You have to be able to find a, say it with me, good deal. Okay, and next week we'll talk about bird dogging and we'll show you how to find a good deal. Okay, the next level of real estate investor, number two, number dos, all right, is a flipper. Okay, now I know you've heard the term flipping real estate and flipping different things, but this is actually a title that I've made up. It's probably used by someone else too, but this is how I classify people. So if I walk into a real estate investment club and I see somebody selling lists of real estate investment property, I say, oh, there's a bird dog. He bird dogging. And if I see somebody selling contracts, I know they're a flipper. Okay, so what is the job of a flipper? What does a flipper do, John? A flipper puts good deals under contract. I'll say it again. A flipper puts good deals under contract. They tie up the property so they cannot be sold. There is multiple ways to do this, but the main thing a flipper has to be able to do is have or create good contract negotiations, good contract deals. Okay, so they have to know the escape clauses that need to be in contracts. They need to set up the deal in a way that is profitable for another investor. They need to be able to get out of it if it doesn't work out. They need to be able to negotiate a price and deals and other aspects of the contract and negotiations to make it very, very good deal for themselves or for another investor. Give you an example. I had a guy called me. He owned a car wash. So he said, hey, John, I need you to come over here and negotiate a deal for me. So I go over to the place, beautiful home, big RV in the front, backyard, big shed with all kind of tools in it. Older couple, retired teachers about to move down to Florida for the rest of their lives, wanted to get rid of their house. But the guy couldn't come up with the amount that they wanted. So I went in, negotiated a deal because the guy didn't want any of the property, didn't want any of the tools in the house, in the shed in the back, and none of that. He just wanted the house by itself. Well, these people wanted to get rid of everything. So what I did, I negotiated the price down, which included everything that was in the house, all the furniture. They had nice pianos, they had old antique stuff. They even had some old cassette, 8-track, not cassette, old 8-track tapes with a lot of old artists in there, would have been worth a lot of money. And all the stuff that was in the tool shed. A couple of riding lawnmowers, regular lawnmowers, chainsaws, all kind of stuff. Man. And I negotiated to get all that stuff, extra stuff, sold to a specific buyer, but it was purchased by the person it was paid for by the regular contract for the guy with the car wash. So, guy with the car wash, people want to sell the house. So, who would have gotten all the furniture and all the stuff that's in the shed, the tool shed, the ride mowers, and all that stuff? Me. This little one right here had it all worked out, paperwork all done. Man, I was happy. Went back to the guy and said, hey, I got it all negotiated for. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go. He says, hey, yeah, I forgot to let you know, I'm not probably going to be able to get this loan because I'm going through a divorce and all my property is tied up. Man, boy, I wanted to kill this man. Because I had already had plans for all that shit to go different places and to get sold. They even want to sell their RV. And I was trying to hook them up on that. But this is the thing that a flipper does. A flipper can put a property under contract. See, I put the property under contract. I was going to sell that contract to the guy who had the car wash. And he was going to pay me to go and buy the house. This is not a real estate agent thing. This is a completely different thing. I'm not working off a percentage. He is going to pay me a cash money price for the ability to go purchase that, to buy that contract from me. So I have a pen that I have negotiated the price from to purchase this pen for $2 from the teacher. Okay, got me. Another guy needs a pen. I said, you know what? You can buy this pen for $2 from this teacher if you give me 50 cents. That's how it works. That's how simple it is. That's how I've been doing it for a long time. Okay? Flipping. You have to be able to negotiate a good deal, get it under contract with the right clauses, and be able to sell that contract. And you can sell those contracts. A flipper makes anywhere from 1,000 to tens of thousands, depends on the price of the property and the value of the deal. Okay, so flipper is another skill set that you have to learn. That one's going to be coming up in about 2 to 3 weeks. I will do flippers and talk about all the things that's necessary to be a flipper. Okay, so we got about 5 minutes left. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to talk about the last level real estate investors for me. Okay, remember, everybody got their own different names for these things, but this is how I classify. Okay, the last type of real estate investor is, you ready? The complete real estate investor. Okay, the complete real estate investor. The complete real estate investor can usually find a deal, get it under contract, finish the deal. Okay. Now, if you're not a complete real estate investor, maybe you'll be what I would call just a regular investor. Let's just say you got somebody with about $100,000 in their hand and they're itching, trying to get rid of it. They don't know nothing about real estate, but they want to invest in some stuff. They don't know how to find deals. They don't know how to put nothing in together. They don't know how to work on finish a deal, how to close. They just want to put some money into a property. Those are just regular investors, okay? Those folks don't know what they're doing, don't know the deals, and they're probably going to end up losing money, okay? So I don't like to make people lose money. I always like people to know what they're doing. So that's why I suggest people know these levels and learn these levels. As the complete real estate investor, okay, there's another portion in here too. There's a person who knows how to finish, but doesn't know how to find and do the contracts, or maybe don't know how to do the acquisition, finding really good deals. So there's, in the complete real estate investor, there's a few levels, because the complete real estate investor has the ability to finish, which means take that contract, finish the deal, go to the bank, papers signed, things are transacted, whether they are refinancing, they're renting out, they're holding on to it, they're renovating it, they can finish, okay? Okay, so that is one level. Then there's that other person who can do everything. That's the complete. Okay, the complete can do everything. There's the other portion in that last level that can complete the job. Okay, so there's a couple of different levels in there. Complete real estate investor is what you want to be. You want to have the knowledge to be able to find a good deal. You want to have the knowledge to be able to put it under contract, tie it up, and you want to have the knowledge to finish the deal. Whether you're purchasing mobile homes, single-family homes, duplexes, fourplexes, apartment complexes, commercial real estate, empty land, it doesn't matter. You need to be able to finish the deal as the complete real estate investor. We're going to talk about that one in about 3 to 4 weeks, okay? We'll give you different options of what you do. Maybe you want to do mobile homes. Maybe you want to do single-family homes. Maybe you want to do duplexes, okay? But we'll talk about that in another episode. Remember, don't forget, subscribe, like, follow to see good content, and ask me to do whatever you'd like me to show you. Ask me some things. Say, hey, John, I want to learn about this. And I'll see if I can get it done for you. Okay? Remember, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. This is Real Estate Investing 101 live from the J Word today. I'll let you later.